Hello and welcome to the Sheep and Oak podcast, episode 2. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you're new here, thank you for joining me. I hope you find something that you like. This is my second episode and I was just blown away by the response to my first episode. I had so many kind comments and I really enjoyed talking to people in the comment section. I'm going to make sure to keep asking questions because I got some wonderful answers and some wonderful insight about knitting with the last questions that I asked in my last video. So I will definitely be asking more questions of this community. You're all very helpful and warm and kind and accepting of me, and thank you all for watching my video and commenting and subscribing if you did. I really truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and it makes me very happy. So I'm back for episode 2, and here we go. I'm gonna get started because it's been months since I podcasted last, so I have a lot of things. I've been knitting like crazy, trying to get ready for the holidays and all the gift knits that I made. So there's a lot to share with you. I think that's it. My name is Danielle. I forgot to say that. I am Danielle and I am 29 years old. I live in Pittsburgh, PA with my fiance Ben and our 2 pets, Danko and Sally, dog and cat. I work full-time and I'm a part-time master's student, getting my Master's of Library and Information Science so I can be a school librarian. So that is me in a nutshell, and I like to knit, obviously. So let's get started with the knitting stuff. What am I wearing? I actually talked about this sweater last time, my last podcast. This is a Snow Crocus by Midori Hirose. I think it's knitted in Delana Marina Autochtona. If you want more information about that, you can watch the previous podcast. Anyway, I really like this sweater. It's extremely warm, so I might be shedding some layers here, but it is a freezing cold day. It is December 23rd. We're having like a cold snap right now. I think that we're having like a wind chill advisory, which hasn't happened in a very long time here in Pittsburgh. So I was outside today, like running some last minute errands, and it was freezing, and I cuddled up in all my knits. So I felt great, but it was very cold and windy. Anyways, so yeah, it feels really cozy right now, being here doing this on a really cold day in a bunch of knits, but I might get warm. Anyway, so this is Snow Crocus. Now this one is an older finished object. I finished it maybe a year ago or something, but this is the Wellerman Shawl by Caitlin Hunter. Stunning. It's the only shawl that I've ever knitted. Let's see, I wrote down some of the details. Yes, Wellerman Shawl, Caitlin Hunter. The yarn is West Yorkshire Spinners, Fleece, Blue-Faced Leicester Aran in brown, and it's 100% Blue-Faced Leicester, and I used 4.5 skeins to make this, and I think I just did it to pattern, and I used the same needle size that's in the pattern. So let me just get up and show you how it looks from the back. Maybe you can see. I'll bend down a little bit. Yeah. It's very cozy. This is my I usually wear this at work. I actually have been keeping it at work, and it's just been really nice to have something rustic and knitted and cozy at work whenever I'm feeling like not that, like not cozy in the office. So it brightens up my day by having it at work. But since I'm on break, I brought it home because I like it so much. Okay, so that's what I'm wearing. Let's move on. More finished objects. Okay. This one. This is Ben's hat. I just called it Ben's hat, and it is not based on any pattern or anything. I just came up, like, just winged it. I just came up with it on my own. The yarn is, wait, I have the remnants of the ball here. This is, I just used one skein, and this yarn is from a local yarn shop to me. It's called the Crafty Alpaca, and they have alpacas there, and I saw them when I got this yarn. Actually, Ben's mom bought this yarn for me, so that was really nice of her. Thank you, Jane. Yeah, we went together, and it was really sweet and really fun. And we both really like alpacas. Okay, yeah, Crafty Alpaca Farm Store. I wonder if you can see this. Hopefully that shows up. I don't have a rear-facing camera, so I'm just guessing, but there we go. Yes, it is alpaca. It was 94% alpaca, 3% silk, 3% bamboo. There's 200 yards in the skein. It says Sydney. I wonder if that's the alpaca or if that's a color. This is Sydney. Maybe that is the alpaca that the yarn came from. That'd be really cute. So this is the leftovers. It's so ridiculously soft. Ben really likes it. I gave this to him for his birthday, and he wears it a lot, especially now that it's cold. Let me check my, there we go, that's good. Yeah, so I just did twisted rib on the rim for a while, then I did stockinette for a while, and then I decreased rapidly. Like, I decreased, I think, every round. Yeah, that looks like every round. Every, like, I think every 8 stitches, and I decreased. So it just comes out to be like this little spiral on the top. It works. And he loves it. So that's my first, not my first, I guess. No, it was my first finished object since the last time I podcasted. Yes. Okay. That is that. Okay, and I was working on this one last time. I showed you one of my whips. I've worn this a ton, actually, because it was autumn, and it was the season to wear this, and I felt like I probably wouldn't feel like wearing it outside of autumn, so I was like trying to get my wear in for it. So I finished it, I don't know, like October or something. Yeah. And then I wore it for the past like 2 months to get its use. And this is the Aran Gallant sweater by Caidree, in Rico Designs Essential Mega Merino Chunky. It is 55% wool, 45% acrylic. I knit the size small, with US 10s or 6mm needles. And the difference, last time I had mentioned that I didn't make any alterations, but I did do something different. In the pattern, Caidree has you just cast on, I think like long tail, or maybe she doesn't say what kind of cast on, but I didn't. I did that, and then I didn't like how it looked, so I did an I-cord cast on. So it kind of, you can see the I-cord, and it rolls. So we got this roll. Something about it before, when it was just something with this yarn, with just the regular cast on, it didn't look quite like how I wanted it or expected it to. So yeah, it's just a simple sweater with, it's got I-cord. Is that an I-cord too? Yeah, all the cast-offs and bind-ons and cast-ons and bind-offs are are I-cords in this pattern. And it is soft. Doesn't feel, I know there's acrylic in it. It doesn't feel too like squeaky or anything, and it's not too uncomfortable to wear. I've discovered that I do not like wearing 100% acrylic anymore. Just, I have no desire to wear it. Even like in store-bought items and stuff, I'm like, I feel sweaty, and like it's not a good feeling. So, but this one doesn't feel like that. This one feels really good. So Rico Design Essentials Mega Merino Chunky. I think on Ravelry it says it's discontinued, but I think it's also still being sold on Lovecrafts. So I think you can still find it. I really like this. I wore it a lot in the fall, and I will probably be excited to wear it again next fall. Not that I can't wear orange in a different season, but it feels fall. Okay. Next, this one was like a little spontaneous cast on. I decided that my previous headband that I was wearing was too stretched out, and also was 100% acrylic, so I wanted something new. So I made this for myself. It's the Hiedra headband. Hiedra, maybe that's how you say it. Headband by Fibertails. And the yarn is Cascade Yarn Spontaneous Worsted Effects. And the color is deep teal. I didn't write it down, but I think it's 100% merino. I think. This is actually the third time that I have knit this. Let me just real quick pop it on. Usually when I wear it, I put it underneath my hair, but I'm not going to do that for right now. Yeah. It is adorable. I really love the detail here where you unravel these, feels funny, where you unravel this whole column of stitches. Like there's 2 stitches and you unravel all of them, and then you use a crochet hook and you pick them up and you braid all the way up by picking up, I think it's 3 strands at once. It makes this really nice big braid. Whew, I'm getting warm. Okay, that did it. Putting the headband on. Okay, I'm gonna take this off, put it behind me because it's beautiful. Ta-da! That's better. Yeah, and then you just make this braid, and I think it's genius. Erika from Fibertails does a really good job. She has a video explaining how to do this. It's really fun, and I think that the braid really makes this pattern pop. I adore it. Yeah, and I said I've made this 3 times now, but this is the first one I made for myself. And I love it. And this yarn is actually really nice. I bought this yarn a long time ago, and I made my dad a scarf out of it. So this was just some scraps I had lying around. Perfect little use of some yarn scraps from some nice yarn that I had. Okay. Next. Oh, this one's so nice. Okay, here we go. I'm so excited about this one. This is my brother's sweater. It is the Doodle sweater by Anna and Heidi Pickles. I did talk about this on my last podcast. This was a whip on my first episode, and now it is finished in time for Christmas, and I love it. I love how the colors ended up looking. I was worried that they wouldn't like pop enough, but I think it works. I like it's like a little bit more muted, but it's still poppy kind of. I don't know. Like it's not too much. It's the perfect amount. Anyway, I love it. The yarn is Juniper Moon Farm La Pampa, and I did talk about all the colors that I used in the last podcast. I don't remember them right now. There's a little yarn end popping out. Wait, no, it's not. It's just something. 1 sec. Okay, I fixed it. The only thing, my brother is sensitive to having his neck touched. Not that this would itch him. This is 100% merino, luxurious. Oh my god, it became so soft whenever I blocked it. Like I pulled it out of the water, and even while it was soaking wet, I could tell it softened up amazingly. Like it was not crusty, but it was harder. Yeah, it was hard. Now it's soft and loose since I blocked it. But yeah, so he's sensitive not to like wool or anything, but to having anything touch his neck. So I'm going to have him try it on. He might, because there's no short rows in this pattern, so it kind of pulls like right there. you know? So I'm thinking I might, if he puts it on and he feels kind of uncomfortable, I'll have to unravel this, add in some short rows to the top, so that it brings the front of the neck down and the back up. So that, unfortunately, I might not be totally done with this, but oh, which also sucks because I think I did a tubular bind off too. And I'm pretty sure it's like impossible to take that out. I've never actually taken it out before. But I did leave like the tail. Yeah, I left like a tail so I could find it if I have to. Anyway, but that'll be fine. I'd rather it be perfect for him and he wants to wear it all the time rather than like, oh, that's nice, but it hurts my neck. Anyway, so there's that. Doodlegenser. And oh, and the size that I did totally custom. Like I cast on less stitches everywhere, and then like I increased differently, which was kind of new for me. Based on measurements, every time I got to a new spot, I kind of like looked at my measurements and I figured out how much I had to increase to for the sleeves and to just keep this pattern the same, and pretty proud of myself actually. It worked out perfectly. I had Ben put this on and it looks really nice. So I think my brother it'll fit him really well. My brother's tall, he's like 6 foot. And it's pretty long. So actually I kind of want to put it on for you. I have to move this, but I'm going to take this time to pause and put this on because I need to have shorter videos for uploading, basically. So this is a good opportunity to pause and put this on for you guys. Oh, and maybe I can do that same thing and put on my Aran Gallant sweater too. Yeah, okay. Be back. And this is the Aran Gallant sweater by Caidree. Hopefully this looks okay. And I forgot to mention my tea. This tea is special, and I will talk about why it's special later. And it's really good. Okay, pausing again, and I'm going to put on the the Doodlegenser. Okay. This is the Doodle sweater or the Doodlegenser for my brother. Yep. See, I did make it long. Hopefully it's long enough in the arms too. We'll see. But yeah. This is like for me, this would be totally fine. This neckline here, like it doesn't bother me, but I know he gets bothered. And there's just a little bit of pressure right there on the neck. So I might be adding short rows. Okay. And I'm not going to put my other sweater back on. I'm going to talk about my other finished object, and then I'll put that on. Yeah, okay. That's good. Yeah, okay. My other finished sweater. I have a lot of finished sweaters this time, which is really cool. Okay, this one is the one I was super excited about last time. My favorite whip from last time. It is the Rhei sweater by Natsuko Iida, and I knit it in Delana La Madrelana, which is a fingering weight, 100% merino wool, and she's done! I started this in May. I did take a break, like a pretty long break while I waited for some small circulars because I knew my mom was getting them for me for my birthday, and I really didn't want to knit these sleeves on magic loop. I am not a fan of magic loop, not at all. I don't know if that's a hot take or whatever. But yeah, do you do magic loop or what? I mean, I like the small circulars changed my life. I wonder if they're here. Yeah, let me just grab my small circulars and show you. It's in my little notions bag. Okay, these are the ones that I got for my birthday so I waited to get really going on the sleeves on this until I got this from my mama. And my dad. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, these are usually I undo these and put them away, but anyway. What size is on here right now? 5s. Oh yeah, I was knitting socks on these. That's why. Anyway, so they're like the perfect size. Also, I do it like this. I hold a longer one in my left hand and the shorter one in my right hand, and it's, oopsies, it is perfect. I didn't actually have to do that though with this sweater. I used a longer cord and I used 2 long ones, and it was plenty. Like, it was plenty small enough to just keep going in the round and around. It was so comfortable. I know people say that these are too small for their hands, but for me, I don't know, it works for me, and I highly recommend these ChowGoo small circulars. These are I have both the US 4 to US 8 sizes, and I have the smaller ones. I will say that the needles fall out of that little black container really easily. I'm so afraid I'm going to lose some needles, but I'm trying to be good with them. And then here's the red ones, which are teeny tiny. They're so cute. I think it's size 0 to 3. No, just 0 to 3. Yeah, see, these all fell out. Look, they are all gone out of the bottom here, and they're all just in the bottom of this. Anyway, I wonder, I need like a new container case for this so I don't lose them. But yeah, highly recommend. I got them so I could do socks and stuff, but yeah, no, they're great for like sleeves. They're great for and also if I just need like some small ones, they come with like some small needles for any other project. They come with little connectors. So I have actually in the past connected 3 wires together and just used them as like normal needles because my other needles of that size were being used. Just really nice to have. And I am a ChowGoo lover for life. Like I don't want to knit with anything else. I was considering trying Hiya Sharps, but those ones I've seen people say you don't want to push the needle tip because Hiya Sharps are sharp. And I push. I sometimes I try not to, but I do anyway. Like when I'm knitting, I'm constantly pushing the needle down. So these are just dull enough not to hurt me. I always have like a bunch of little indents in my finger after I'm done knitting, but yeah, so I think I'm just gonna stick with ChowGoo. Honestly, I kind of want a second set of these because like I always need more. I've already bought like a bunch of more of these because I always have so many projects going at once. So hey, this just became a ChowGoo segment. So now you guys know what needles I use. It's ChowGoo always and forever. Back to the Rhei sweater. Sorry, I got totally distracted. But yes, I love this sweater. My mom kindly said that this is the most beautiful thing that I have ever knit, and I can't wait to see Jane wearing it. I know she's gonna love it. I hope it's long enough for her. She's taller than me. I knitted it longer than the longest size. In the pattern, there are 2 options. There's the short size, like the cropped size, and then there's a long size. I'm like, okay, definitely do the long size. And after I was done knitting to the long size, it was still so short. So I did like an extra 1 or 2 repeats at the bottom to make it longer. And still, I'm like, it's not even that long. So maybe we're just much taller than the designer. Who knows? But I'm gonna put this on and show you. First, let me like get it. Let me just give you, sorry, let me give you a close-up of the sleeves, because this is where the design really pops. Oh my god, it looks really good on camera. Yay. Yeah, the color, I love this color so much. The yarn is one of my favorites I've knitted with. It's Delana. So as I mentioned in my last podcast, Delana is my favorite yarn company so far. Oh my gosh, guys, it's beautiful. It looks really good in this light. I'm so happy. I've tried taking a couple photos of this before and it came out terrible. It looks just like a dull gray in some photos. But this looks really nice. Yeah. And then I did a folded over collar here. So how you do that is you just knit, you cast on, you knit till it's twice as long as you want it. And you fold it in. And I think I did like a knitted, like I just picked up stitches on the inside and knitted it together. Made sure to keep everything in line, which was actually hard. Took me a really long time to do that because of something about the yarn and the size of the needles or something. It was hard to keep everything straight, but I finally got it. And I really like this pattern along the body. So it kind of comes forward. So here we go. Oh my god, it's cute. It's gorgeous. I'm so excited to give this to her. Christmas is in 2 days, but we do gifts with Ben's parents. Sorry, I'm just like talking off camera. We do gifts with Ben's parents Ben's family on Christmas Eve, and then my family on Christmas Day. So I get to give this to her tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, I love this pattern. And oh yeah, what I was saying was it kind of comes to the front. So it doesn't go down in a straight line. Like this is the very side, but it kind of comes into, it like scoops into the front. Actually, I will put it on and you'll better be able to see it. This sweater is luxurious to wear. And I think it might be long enough because when I blocked it, I didn't stretch it, but I kind of like gently, I didn't put pins in it, but I gently like pulled it down a little bit. So it actually did grow lengthwise, which is great. She is tall. The sleeves are a little bit long and I really like that about them. Yeah, I'm absolutely in love with this. I have enough yarn to knit something else for myself with this, which is really good because, well, I mean, this color is so good on me. This is my color. This has always been my color, according to my lovely mama. She says I always looked good in these like dark, especially navy blue, but like dark red, dark green. Yeah. So I can't wait to knit myself something in this yarn too. I think I'm gonna knit, I don't know what it's called. I hope I'll find it. I'll find it and put it here because I think it's going to be really nice and it'll be nice to come back to this yarn sometime in spring or summer or something because this is like a short sleeve. I think it's a short sleeve. Yeah. It's in one of my line of magazines, which is all the way on the 3rd floor, and I'm not going to go up and get it right now, but I will put it in. So I'm excited to knit that for myself using this yarn because it looks really good on me, I think. Yeah, let me see if, oh, now you can see how the design under the arms comes to the front a little bit. I love merino. Like it just feels rustic and it's not like smoothie soft like acrylic or superwash, but it's not itchy. And after blocking, this really like laid nicely. Before it was kind of like bumpy with the cables, but now it's like, it's perfect. Jane's gonna love it. She made me, I gotta show you. She made me what's this called? A jacket. I get compliments on it every single time I wear it. She sews. My mom knits. Ben's mom sews and does a bunch of other things too. So does my mom. But like, I just love that fiber arts is like a thing in both of our families. It's really awesome. I don't like sewing. I used to cosplay and I used to try to sew things for myself, and I managed a couple times with a lot of help from people, but I never fell in love with it. So it's not going to be in my future. But hey, look at this coat that Jane made me. Anyway, so she made me this, and now I made her this. So I feel like really happy that I can give her something so wonderful that I love so much, because she made this for me. Let me put it on. Hey, it looks like it goes really well with this outfit. Oh, I need to ask her what's this fabric. I don't know what the fabric is made out of. Now that I'm into fabrics and material, because when she gave this to me a couple years ago, I didn't know anything about anything. But yeah, I wear this. It's perfect for the in-between season when it's too cold for nothing and it's too cold for nothing and too warm for a winter coat. So yeah, I love to wear this. Yeah, and like every day, every time I wear this, someone's like, "Oh my god, your coat, I love it." Guess what? Someone handmade it. Yeah. I really love it. Okay, I'm getting warm. I just love handmade gifts. Very, very much. Oh, speaking of handmade, I didn't mention this yet. This mug! My friend Kayla, who made my little bowl that I showed you the last time, made this. I bought this from her. Tea is so good. I bought this from her. I love that she puts her initials on the bottom, KMM. And she's becoming a professional potter. She is so good, and yeah, I love her, and I love handmade things, and I just want to fill my house with handmade items by all my friends and loved ones. It's so pretty. I think she sold it originally because it was like not perfect, like one of those, I don't know, but it has so much charm for me. Like, look at this. I love it. Okay, enough of that. Thanks, Kayla, if you're watching. I think I do have some more. Okay, I will take this off because it's not mine. I'm so glad I got to put it on and show you, though, because I blocked it and it finished drying about an hour ago, and I'm gifting it tomorrow. So this time slot was limited, and I'm so glad I got to put this on a video. Okay, I will be back into my snow crocus. One sec. Hello. Okay. This is my last finished object that I have to show you. I do have a couple that are gone and gifted already, but this one is for Ben's grandma, who we call Graham, and it is it's the Tricolor Triangle Colorwork Cowl by Churchmouse Yarns and Tees. And the yarn is Valley Yarns Beckett, and the colors are garnet is the red, dark teal is like the greeny blue, and natural is this cream color. I knitted 2 of these, so this is the first one I knit actually, and it will be gifted to Graham tomorrow. And the second one I made for my advisor, Professor Mahoney, and I gave it to her and she was thrilled, and she said she put it on immediately, and she told me she wasn't going to take it off for 3 months. So like, what better response is that? Like, that was so nice. I knew she would love it because we talked about my knitting in class, and I would wear like my sweaters. She especially loved the Koivua sweater. She made me like walk over, and she took a picture of the Koivua sweater one class. So we talked about like knitting and yarn and she actually wants to go to Rhinebeck, I think. She was like, I told her I was going to go next year, and she's like, that's amazing. I want to go. So we had a really wonderful discussion about that stuff. Like pretty much every time I had class, and I'm very sad. I'm probably not going to have her as a teacher again, but she is still my advisor. So I will be talking to her a lot in the next coming couple of years that I'll be a student. Anyway, so I made the same thing for her, but she has it already. Let me put it on. Yep, just a cowl. And this one's for Graham. It is cozy. I feel like it's a good size. Oh, Dango, what's wrong? Are you dreaming? What's wrong? He was twitching. Yeah, so that's this. The other gifts that I've given away, oh wait, first before I move on. So Dr. Mahoney, when I went to her office to give her this gift, she had a bunch of books. She taught the resources for children's class that I was in this past semester. So she's very interested in children's books. Anyway, she's trying to get rid of some of her like massive collection of books in her office. And she's like, why don't you pick something? And I'm like, oh no, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to take from you. Anyway, she was like asking me, she's like, do you like this? Do you like this? And she was like, do you like Alice in Wonderland? I'm like, I love Alice in Wonderland. It's like one of my favorites. And so she gave me this. She actually gave me a couple things. This is one of 4 books that she gave me, but I just really wanted to show off this book. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. In the class Resources for Children, we talked about books and resources for like age 0 through age 12. So we talked about pop-up books, we talked about board books, we went through chapter books in middle school. Anyway, so we did talk about pop-up books in class, which it just feels really special that, like, what a memory I'm going to have. Like, when I look at this book, I'm going to think of Dr. Mahoney and that class in my time as a student. Danko's cuddling down to all my sweaters. How adorable. So cute. Anyway, she told me that this might actually be worth something. That it's like, worth something. I don't know what it would be worth, but it is special. And she said, don't let kids play with this. This is for adults. Okay, let me just open up a couple pages. Guys, look! How, like, I want to open this, but I'm not touching it. It says open me. I am stunned. I don't even want to open it all the way up because I don't want it to get stuck or like fold the wrong way or something. Okay, that's that. Okay, wait. I'm trying to be so careful. Oh, it's the house. Oh my gosh. I love it. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland is one of my absolute favorite books. Jenny, you should watch this. I'm gonna text my friend Jenny and be like, just watch this one part because Jenny loves Alice in Wonderland. You're gonna love this, Jenny. Okay, wait, get that. Okay. Oh, that one is so special. Like, this is a work of art. I mean, not that all books aren't, but yeah, this is really special, and I'm going to treasure this for forever. I love it. Anyway, vaguely related to knitting because, yeah, I gave a gift and I got a gift. And also, I was thinking about talking about books on this podcast anyway, which I might discuss later on in the podcast. So it fits. So that is that cowl. There are 2 other school library professors in my program. One is Dr. Biagini, who is also my advisor, and the other is Dr. Morris, who isn't my advisor, but she I was in her class this semester and in a previous semester, and I love her. She's a wonderful teacher, so I gave her a cowl as well, which is gone now. She wasn't in her office when I went, so I just put it in front of her door, like my little gift box in front of her door, and hopefully she loves it. Let me show you. This is Coffee House Knits. This was the first knitting book that I owned ever, and it was given to me by my mama. She's so nice. I have so many gifts. I feel very loved all the time. Yeah, the cowl is the first thing that I knit from this book, actually. Here it is. I don't want to give anything away. Here we go. That is the, what's it called? The Cafe Cowl. And it was really easy, but really beautiful. And I knitted it in the same yarn as this. Valley Yarns Beckett, and the colors I used, I'll actually put up a picture. I think I took a picture of myself wearing it, so you can at least see what it looks like. The colors are Fawn and Deep Woods. It is the Cafe Cowl by Jennifer DeSalle. I have just one more finished object to mention, but it's not a finished object that I finished recently. Oh, wait, there's another one. My other advisor, Dr. Biagini, I also gave her a little scarf, and I gave her the Sophie scarf. Very popular design. It is like a little, I did the bigger size. It's a little scarf, and you can tie it around your neck and tiny little bow, and I will put a picture of me wearing it here. And I used some yarn that I had sitting around in my stash, Knit Picks Aloft in Tarragon. I held 2 strands together, and I used a US size 8. Yeah, I didn't knit the numbers to the pattern. I just knitted the measurements to the pattern. So once I hit the correct measurements, then I started like decreasing. So I increased to 28 stitches, and by then the measurements were perfect, and then I started decreasing. And by the end, it became the perfect measurements for the Sophie scarf. And it was really easy and fun and very soft. It might be, I don't know. Hopefully she doesn't find it too prickly or itchy, but either way, it's nice to touch. It's fun. And that, yeah. Okay, then the other last one, I'm wearing my Garia socks right now by Erika Lopez A. Which were in the 52 Weeks of Socks by Line. I knit a size 1, and the yarn, I'm mentioning this like this is an older finished object, because every time I put these socks on, I think, wow, like they're so soft and luxurious on my feet. I don't want to wear any other socks ever, and they're holding up really well, actually. They're, yeah, I wanted to say the yarn Quince & Co. The yarn is Quince & Co. Finch. The color is Barolo, and it's 100% wool. So because it's 100% wool, sometimes socks tend to get holes in them quickly if they don't have nylon in the yarn. But these ones don't, and I've been wearing them for a really long time. I even wore them inside my Docs, which are boots, a couple times. Not a ton of times, because I don't want to like push it, but I did wear them inside of shoes for a couple of days, and they don't have any holes, and they're doing great, and I love them. And let me try to show you. Maybe I won't hold up my foot. I'll just take them off. Here we go. They're a little fuzzy now, but boy, they are comfortable. Look, no holes, nothing. 100% wool. Oh, also Kayla, the Kayla of the mug, gave me a gift card to a local yarn store, and I bought these 2 skeins for myself. So thank you, Kayla. You gifted me these socks. Thank you. Yeah. All right, that's it for the finished objects. There was a lot this time. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's Christmas. I had a lot of knitting to do. Okay, we're gonna move on to works in progress. You might hear some sounds because Ben is cooking stew in the kitchen. I'm excited. It's gonna be such a cozy night. Stew knitting podcast. I put up my Christmas tree. Yay. Okay. Let's see. Works in progress. Let's start with this one. This one, you guys know, if you were here last time, I talked about this, and it's pretty much almost done. Not quite done, but got the armpit holes, you know, and yeah, I this is something I need your advice on, actually. It is the Hopi sweater by Linka Neumann. The yarn is Briggs & Little Heritage 2-ply. I talked about the colors in the last podcast. Ben! Probably not. I think it looks okay. Yeah.
Mike still on?
Yeah, I keep checking. Thank you. So this is the Hopi sweater. I'm going to put it on because I have a question about the neckline, and maybe the community will give me some wisdom, words of wisdom. I'll be right back. Here is the Hopi sweater. Let me show you close up the colors, which are, I think, beautiful. This one's brown, maroon. I think that's maroon. And then peacock. Here are the sleeves. Yeah, I wanted it to be big and oversized, which it is, and it's perfect. It's cozy. It's 100% wool. It is a little prickly, but this is something I assumed that I would be wearing like over another shirt. It's not that bad though. I'm kind of like fine with it. Maybe it would get on my nerves if I wore it like a whole day, but right now it's totally fine. Anyway, so my question is about the neckline. In the pattern, you just bind off without any short rows, without any ribbing. You just bind off like normal. Normal being like bind off knitwise. Knit 1, no, knit 2, pass the previous stitch over. That kind of bind off. And I didn't like it because it was really like the same kind of problem with the Doodlegenser sweater. It was cutting like really badly. This one was worse. It was like cutting really bad into my neck, and then it was pulling down in the back. So I'm like, okay, let me add some short rows. I tried to add short rows, but I think I didn't do them long enough because it's kind of like puckering in the back here. Let me just sit still. I don't like how it looks. I don't think it looks finished, and it looks not so professional, I think. So yeah, you see how it rolls like up here. I think I need to do longer short rows. I'm just wondering what maybe you guys think. Do you think I should do like ribbing to try to get it? I don't know. I'm just not happy with the neckline. But I don't want it to be like a turtleneck because it will be itchy on my neck. So I don't want to add too much length. So I'm just having troubles with that. This, I finished this, I bound this off a long time ago, but it's been on hold because of Christmas knitting. I'm super excited to have it though, and I really want to have it soon while it's freezing outside, so hopefully soon. Anyway, okay. I'm going to take this off. I got to speed up because it's getting dark out. So thank you if you have some advice for me, if you have knit this even in the past, or if you've knit like a similar bind off. It was knit bottom up, so this is the bind off edge. If you know how to fix this problem, yeah, I don't know. I'm still experimenting basically with like what short rows can do to a fabric. So if you have like, oh, just do this, if you just have that advice, I would gladly take it. Anyway, let me just model this a little bit more. It's cozy. I like it. I like that it's Canadian wool. It's Briggs & Little. Yay. Okay. And we're back. while I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I just started thinking about it right now, but while I'm thinking about it, I just want to say thank you, Ben, for all of this wonderful equipment. I am filming today in our house in Pittsburgh. Last time I was at Ben's parents' house, they graciously let me borrow their equipment and their space. But this time, this is our house, and I think it's cozy. We moved a a couch so I could sit here, but it's a cozy little corner, and I love it. And yeah, he bought me all of this equipment. He bought me like a little stand for the phone. Bought me a light. Bought me the mics. Yeah, we have a couple. Like I have two, one for a backup and everything. I think there was another thing. He bought me like something to hold the phone in, so you can like walk with the phone and it is more stable. Anyway, I'm getting used to all the equipment, but it is thanks to him and his generous birthday gifts to me that this looks as good as it does, I think. So thanks, Ben. Okay, we're gonna move on to my next work in progress, which is unfortunately still a work in progress. It was supposed to be a Christmas gift. It is not going to be done in time. Sorry, Dad. This was his birthday gift, which was in March, and his Christmas gift. I was like, Dad, I'll just do a whole year of gifting in this one sweater. And I didn't even finish it in time. What a jerk I am. He's so excited for it too. I wish I did finish it. It's okay, it is the Gryten sweater, or Gryten zip up jacket cardigan thing by the Westrand sisters. Here it is. We are getting there. I think I was working on it was I working on this the last podcast? I don't remember. I don't know, but maybe not. Ooh, did it come off? So we are pretty far, but not far enough. I also have to sew in a zipper. I've never done that before. I would love some advice from anyone who has done that before. I've seen multiple tutorials and stuff, and I don't know. I'm just still nervous about it because I really want it to look finished and professional. I don't want it to look wonky and like the zipper to be like wavy. I want it to sit nicely and look really good, because this is like a lot of knitting and a lot of work went into this and love, and I just want it to look perfect. So yeah, please let me know if you have any tips for sewing in a zipper, or any videos or online tutorials or something about doing that. It would be very much appreciated. I'm nervous about that. So anyway, we're at the part where I am now doing raglan decreases. So we got these sleeves. We got two sleeves and they are attached. It's knit bottom up. You can knit the sleeves separately. You can knit the body separate. The pattern actually calls for you to knit like a thumb hole, but my dad would never do that. So I am foregoing the thumb hole. But also I did not do short rows on the very bottom of the body, because it's like the pattern, it's like this big scoop on the back, like it just scoops way down in the back, and I wanted it to be more straight. So I did not do the short rows on the bottom, but everything else is to pattern. I think this is a size large. Oh, the yarn, I should say this in the beginning. The yarn is Knit Picks Swish DK in Rainforest Heather. And it's 100% superwash merino. So it's going to be easy to wear, easy to wash, or, easy enough to wash. I'll tell my mom, she knows how to wash it. And it feels very smooth. I like the pattern. And that's that. Sorry, Dad, it's not done, but you're going to love it anyways when it is done. I'm going to wrap it up and put it under the tree with the needles on it. And it'll be fine. That is that. Okay, next. Okay, my dream sweater. Oh my goodness, I have so many more things to talk about. Gotta go fast. Okay, Oh, okay, hey, look, this is 2 in 1. How perfect. I needed the needles off of this slipper. So, but I didn't have a tapestry needle to do it, and I just stuck the last live stitches on this slipper onto the needle for this sweater. So this is a little funky right now. Let me talk about the slippers first. This is the second pair of slippers that I'm knitting. I actually knitted a pair in light blue for my friend Val for her Christmas gift, and then they were so easy and quick, so I started another pair. I thought I was going to give them as gifts, but I think I'm going to keep these for myself because I want some, and they're easy and simple and nice, and I'm not going to finish them in time for Christmas. Anyways, so this is Chunky Slipper Socks by Churchmouse Yarns and Tees. The yarn is Briggs & Little Heritage 2-ply, stolen from my mom's stash. Thanks, Mom, again. And what's the color? Color is Fur Green. Yeah, so I have almost this one slipper done, and the other one will come next, and this will be for me, and they're really nice. Perfect yarn for on the feets, I think. Yeah. I really am tempted to just take it off and just risk it, but I won't. I'll leave it on. Okay, now I will show you the dream sweater. Oh my god. Oh no, I'm getting all tangled. This is going to be a disaster to untangle later. Way to go. Oops. Okay. Oh, okay. Don't think about it now. All right. This is the dream sweater by, I think it's Unit Toronto. Yeah. Unit Toronto dream sweater. I'm doing a size medium. I'm using 4mm needles, and the yarn is Briggs & Little Sport 1-ply, and the color is Rust, and the contrast color I'm going to use. I don't think I have it. I thought I had my little swatch, but I do not. The contrast color is Sheep's Gray. I think. Sheep's Gray, yes. It is 100% wool. And, ooh, I lost my page. It's 100% wool. And this yarn, actually, my grandmother, Nanny Muse, bought for me. When we went to Nova Scotia, we saw her, and she gave me money for my birthday. I turned 29 in October, by the way. I keep mentioning my birthday. So I had a birthday in between the last podcast and this one. But she gave me yarn for my birthday when I was up in Nova Scotia. And I did mention this yarn in my last acquisition section of my last podcast. But I forgot to mention that it was a gift from my nanny. So thank you, Nanny. I showed her the pattern, the dream sweater pattern that I was planning to make with this. And she really liked it. So I'm excited to get done with Christmas knitting and get back to this because it's really nice. It's very simple. Kat Weaver, who is one of my favorite podcasters, just finished one, and now I'm really wanting to finish this. Yeah, exciting. There it is. I hope it's not getting too dark. I do have this light, but hopefully we'll see. It'll be okay. Yeah, the dream sweater and the chunky slippers. That's that. Okay, here, let's try not to make even more of a mess and tangle everything. Okay, this is actually my favorite. This next one is my favorite work in progress that I have, and I haven't touched it in a while because of Christmas gift knitting, which is very fun. I love knitting gifts for people, but I am also really excited to get back to knitting for myself. I love knitting for myself. This is the Nakraga by Alice Starmore. And I have this. I got it from the library. Use your public libraries because that's how you support libraries, is you use them. And also they have wonderful things like this that you don't have to buy, but you can just take it out for a while and use the pattern. So little public library plug right there from your own future librarian. Anyway, this is the Nakraga, the cover sweater. Here it is. I don't think you could probably see that, but I have a couple stickies. Oh, I haven't shown you the thing yet, but this is the sweater. It's gonna be gorgeous. So this is my process knit. This is gonna take forever, but the yarn is luxurious. Here it is, and it's just gonna, oh my god, the yarn is like fluffy, soft. This yarn is, oh, there's no thing. These are the cones. What's it called? Woolly Knit 4-ply British wool cones. And I have 2 of them. I'm knitting 2 strands together, which is why they're in a bit of a mess. Look at this. I'm really hoping that doesn't. See, these works in progress have been in a bag for a really long time. So that's why they are like this. But anyway, I got this because Knitting Traditions was doing a knit along with Woolly Knit, and I debated for a very long time what color to get, or what if I would get one, and then I debated even longer about what pattern to knit with it, and I am thrilled with what I chose. Oh, I did want to mention the pattern has like little cable design on all of the cuffs, but I am not doing that. I am just knit 1 purl 1 to do a regular kind of rib because I like how that looks better. So that's the only difference that I'm doing. So you really can't see a whole lot yet, but I love this color. This is the cinnamon brown color. I don't know if I mentioned cinnamon brown. Yeah, I'm using size 4mm needles. I think I want to knit this like on Christmas Day. Like I want this to be my Christmas Day knit and just cozy up at my parents' house and just work on this, and it's going to be so fun and nice. Yeah. That's, I think, what I wanted to say. I got the yarn and I did the pattern for the knit along. Even though I said I wouldn't buy any more yarn for myself, but this was worth it. It wasn't even expensive. Like it was really, really affordable, which Inga from Knitting Traditions mentions. I will buy more of this because I love it. It's rustic, but it's so soft and it's so fluffy. Maybe I'll show you close up how it looks. I hope the lighting is still good. I mean, it looks good when I'm close like this, but maybe I'll get Ben to check. Anyway. So you can't really see the cable patterns yet, but they're going to come. Let's see. It's gorgeous. That is my Nakraga. And now the yarn's wrapped around my foot. I should fix that. I'm going to fix that soon. Okay, goodbye. What's next? Oh my goodness. Okay, I desperately need help with this. Did I bring it downstairs? Oh no. I don't think I brought it down. Darn it. Okay, well, in that case, I will put a picture of this sweater up because I don't feel like I have enough light left to go upstairs and get all the way up to the 3rd floor and get this sweater. This is I'll put up a thing. This is the Funfetti by Sylvia Watts Cherry. I'm using Knit Picks Swish DK. It is a 100% superwash merino yarn, and the colors are Squirrel Heather, Loam Heather, Delft Heather, Honey, and Cobblestone Heather. And this is in a Lina magazine that I recently, I think it's in not the most recent one, but maybe 15 or something. And I really love the design and the sweater, but there's something off about my colors. And I would really like to hear from you guys what you think is off about this. Like which colors are throwing it off. It just feels like too in your face. Like that pattern, that color pattern goes all throughout the whole sweater, through the sleeves and everything. So I'm just thinking it's going to be a little bit too much going on with those colors. And I don't love it. I like it, but I don't love it. I'm thinking maybe I take out the honey, but I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts. Do I take out a color or two? If so, which colors? Do I add like a more neutral color? I don't know. I like it. It's probably not going to make any progress on that anytime soon because I have a lot of other stuff, but I'd love to hear what you think. But I do love it. I do want to make that sweater with this yarn. So yes, that's the funfetti. Sorry, I don't have it on me right now. It's upstairs. Okay, last work in progress. I casted this on like 2 days ago because I wanted to knit these socks for Ben, and he doesn't know. So that's exciting that he doesn't know. Yeah, this was like, oh my gosh. Everything is in such a tangle. Anyway, these are the Hyuk socks by Kim Swingle. The cool name, Swingle. And the yarn is Briggs & Little Tuffy, which is 80% wool and 20% nylon, so perfect for socks. The color is Oatmeal, which is the top, and Oxford, which is the gray. Yeah, I love them. I think it looks rustic. It feels rustic. It feels like it's going to be so warm. I mentioned on my last podcast that I wanted to make him socks with this yarn, and yeah, I cast it on a little late for a Christmas gift, so I'm just hoping I can get one sock done and wrapped up by Christmas, which is in 2 days. So this is probably what I'm going to work on. Either this or my dad's sweater for the next 2 days, so I can see how much more I can get done with these. But it's coming along great. It's really fun in it. I am using my Xiaogu minis, which is really fun. I love these little guys. And now this is what I started with. I started with the Clover bamboo needles. I have so many of them. And basically now I just use them for stitch holders. So they're there if I need them, but I don't like knitting with bamboo. It's not slippery enough. I like knitting with metal because it's slippery and faster for me. Everyone likes their own thing. I like my Xiaoyus. Okay, that's that. All done. All done with my works in progress and my finished objects. And now to talk about acquisitions. Which reminds me about this tea. Okay. My throat is hurting. I'm talking a lot. That is so good. Even though it's cold, it's so good. Okay, I only have one acquisition, and I filmed this like a month ago, and okay. Background. Let me pause the video so it doesn't get too long. Hold on. Okay. I also turned up the light because it's getting quite dark. I hope that's not too much. It's an experiment. Sorry if it's too much. Here we are. So like a month ago, I filmed an unboxing of Fiber Tales yarn because I was lucky enough to get 5 skeins of her organic Gotland yarn that comes from her parents' flock of Gotland sheep. So I am a huge fan of Fiber Tales. She is the first podcaster, Erika. I mentioned her before. She's the first podcaster that I fell in love with, and so it just felt really, really wonderful to get that yarn. And I didn't want to wait anymore, until I could podcast and open it, because I wanted to open it on a podcast. But so I filmed it like early December. So I will go to that footage right now. There's something I've been very, very excited, and I'm sorry about the crinkling. It's gonna just have to happen because I waited. I got this. Let me start over. My birthday was in October, and it was on October 27th, and I turned 29. And Ben wanted to know what to get me, and I was like, you know what? Can we try to get Fiber Tales yarn that she sells? So it's Gotland wool, and we got online exactly when it went on sale on Etsy, and we bought some, and I said, may I please have 3 skeins? And he's like, how about 5? So he got me 5 skeins for my birthday of this yarn, and I can't believe I was able to get it. I love it, and I waited. I've had it for actually a couple weeks, so I've been anxiously awaiting because I thought it would be fun to do a little unboxing. So here we go. I'm gonna stop talking because I might cut the part with the crinkles, or I will not cut it, but put music over it so you don't have to hear all the crinkles. Her signature's on there. Here we go. It's beautiful. I just feel so blessed. She tied this together. I'm like such a fangirl. I'm so happy right now. Okay, let me get the crinkly paper out of here. Oh my gosh. Tea? She sent tea. Okay, it's by Fred Stead, organic herbal tea, tummy love in a mug. I will save this and I will drink it on my next podcast, so we can do that together. Welcome to Fiber Tales, my little world where I get to create stories about everything woolen and natural with a whimsical touch. Everything I make is inspired by the Nordic nature, and you will find references in the design elements and names of my knitwear patterns. Respecting nature and creating in a sustainable manner is very dear to my heart, and this is why my yarn is spun from 100% local and organic wool. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Okay, now to talk about this. Okay, like, she did this. Like, I don't even want to open it. I don't want to ever. I'm not opening it yet. It's going to stay like this until I'm going to use it. It's so nice. I thought Gotland wool would actually be a little bit prickly, but I don't feel anything. Oh, guys. Look at the little. Okay, let me bring it up. Ooh, I'm dropping it. Look at my little package. Oh my god, the color. The color is so nice. What am I gonna make with this? Oh my goodness. I can't wait to figure out what to make. Once all my Christmas knitting is done, I'm gonna have so much fun. Oh my god, I'm so glad I got 5. Thank you, Ben. You're the sweetest, sweetest fiance ever. Here's the tag. And this is like, what is this made out of? Oh my god, it's so soft. Seriously, I'm not opening this. I'm not. Not until I'm ready. It's so pretty. It's my baby. This is the best acquisitions ever. Okay, it's to talk about the actual wool content. Organic Gallant 2-ply in dark gray, which is undyed. It's the natural color of the wool from go watch her podcast. You're gonna love her too. She's great. She just posted another podcast yesterday, so I'm really happy. She has some really good news on the podcast too. She's been waiting for this one thing to happen, and it's finally happening for her. So happy for her and her family. Anyway, so this is a fingering weight, 75% organic Gotland and 25% Falkland Merino, 400 meters, locally sourced and spun in DK, Denmark. It doesn't have much of a smell. There is something there, but it's not strong. Oh my god, guys. I'll probably have to cut some of this because I'm just sitting here, just enjoying it. Okay, that's that. And then I got tea. So sweet. I can't wait to have that. I'm gonna end up loving it and have to like order it from who knows where. Ooh, a fine all-organic blend of ginger, turmeric, and cardamom. Sounds good to me. And we're back. Hello again. Yeah, so as I said, I would drink that tea on my next podcast, and here I am drinking the tea. It's really good, and I'm a new fan of like turmeric tea because I got some from Trader Joe's and I really liked it. So this is really good. It feels like hearty and spicy and delicious. Okay, so that's all my acquisitions. I don't have anything else. I did get multiple gift cards for yarn. Oh, but I did use one of them. I have a big gift card for a local yarn store that I got for my birthday, and I can't wait to go and use that. And I'm gonna use it probably after Christmas when I'm like really fully in like the cold winter months, and just Christmas knitting is far, far away, and I just only can knit for myself. And maybe I'll like do a little video of this local yarn store. It's very tiny, but it's very lovely, and I got the yarn for my koi vua there like a year ago, so I can't wait to go spend my gift card there, and that'll be the next acquisitions probably. Okay, that is actually it. We are through with the knitting. I did mention briefly that when I talked about my Alice in Wonderland book, I do kind of want to add a little bit of a book section into my podcast. So if you are not into that, thank you so much for coming. I am grateful, so grateful for you sticking around and coming back and just engaging in this content and being a part of this community, because it's a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful community, and I'm learning so much from other people, and I thank you truly. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about books a little bit, just a little bit. I started getting into Booktube, so there's a couple like Booktubers that I kind of binged yesterday, and I cannot remember their names because I did just find them. One of them is Emmy, I think. They're friends. It was Emmy and I forget the other girl's name, but I'll put their information in the bottom or on screen or something. But I was getting really into Booktube yesterday, so they're inspiring. And so I wanted to talk about what I just finished. I just finished this book, also from the library. I don't really buy the books that I read. I usually just get them from the library. So I just finished this. It's called Elsewhere by Alexis Shaitkin. And I loved it. I was shocked by how good it was. It was beautifully written. And I was drawn to the cover because look at this cover. Isn't it nice? I love when a cover art looks like a painting. That is my favorite type of cover. Some other examples. I don't know. Anyway, like newer covers nowadays, like new American covers, I'm not a huge fan of like the cartoony style kind of covers. So anyway, this cover really drew my attention. I was like, it's brand new, published in 2022, and I wanted to read it as soon as I saw it at the library, and I did, and it was great. Reminds me of a little bit of Shirley Jackson vibes, who is one of my favorites. It's about like a town in the middle of the woods in the mountain and their society, and there's something really weird and freaky going on with the mothers in the society. Something happens to them, all of them, well, almost all of them, and we follow a girl as she grows from a child to a mother herself and in the society. It's very good. I recommend it. I rated it 5-star on Goodreads. Elsewhere. So that's the one I just finished. Another one that I finished a little bit recently, I listened to the audiobook, but I highly recommend Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. It is probably my top book of 2022, which is kind of hard to pin down, like favorite book, but I enjoyed it so much. And I don't want to give a single thing away. It's suspenseful. It's like kind of historical fiction. Like it's set in like the early 1900s in London, I think, or the late 1800s, some around there. It's like, yeah, it's suspense. There's a mystery, but it's not like a detective mystery. I do not like detective mysteries. I don't like someone trying to solve a mystery, but there is mystery going on in Fingersmith. So highly recommend that one, by Sarah Waters. So those two are ones I recently read and loved. And what am I currently reading? Da-da-da! Sense and Sensibility. Look at this gorgeous copy. This was a gift from Jane. I started reading this at the beginning of my semester, so like in September. But I had to put it down because of school. I was very busy with school. So I didn't get very far. I think what I'm going to do, another reason I wanted to mention this was to keep myself accountable. I would like to finish this over winter break. I want this to be my winter break book. I go back to work on January 3rd, so hoping before that. Anyway, I haven't read this book yet. Jane Austen's one of my absolute favorites. I've kind of been like saving it. Like I don't want to finish all of Jane Austen's books like too quickly because she's absolutely amazing and I don't want to be done. I have this one in Persuasion left. So I'm just trying to take it slow, but I would like this to be my winter break book. It's so pretty. It just feels so good in my hands and the text is so pretty. And yeah, so I got to page 116, which is chapter 20 in this book. I might start over because it's been a little while since I was looking at it. Oh wait, I think to Danielle, enjoy the read. XOXO Jane, Christmas 2020. So I got this a couple years ago. So that's my book section. I think that's all I wanted to say for my book section. Yeah. And finally, I will conclude all of my podcasts with other podcaster recommendations. I'm going to stick with 3. I have so many, but if I do more than 3, then I will run out eventually. So I'm going to stick with 3 podcasters to recommend. One, I adore her. It's Wool and Words. Her name is Mariah. We both started our podcast like the same week or something. Like our episode 1 we put out on like the same week. So I feel a connection. And also she lives in America as well. And she also inspired me to do the book thing too, because she is like comboing like literature and knitting on her channel, and I love it. I'm really into it. Like I love everything that she's put out so far, and I hope she keeps going. Hi Mariah, if you're here. Anyway, so she is inspiring, and I recommend her. she is a new podcaster. Go support her if you would like to. Now another one is Cat Weaver. She recently changed her name from Heather and Hops to Cat Weaver on YouTube. She's been podcasting for I don't know, like 3 or 4 years or something. She has a lot of videos. She doesn't just do knitting podcasts. She does all kinds of stuff. She has brilliant videos and just like they're so cozy and they just feel so good. And oh, I love them. Go check her out if you haven't. Cat Weaver. Let's see. And then last, my third one is the Bluebird Box Knits. Her name is Anna, and she is in, I believe it's Alberta, or is it Saskatchewan? No, it's Alberta, Canada. And she like lives on a farm, and you can see, she like walks around and you can see her chickens. Like she introduces you to her chickens. She has a wonderful podcasting setup where she has a story time in the end. And I think she has 4 kids. So she always has like hilarious stories. And a lot of the times her stories are about like her animals or something funny or awkward that happened to her in her life. And I really like her. Highly recommend Anna. She's very calming, and it's again, like all of these podcasters that I love are just so cozy, and I love to be cozy with them and get my knitting out and my warm drink. And okay, that's everything. I wonder how long this podcast was. So until next time, I don't think there's anything else I have to say. Thanks for being here, and if you made it this far, thank you. I'll probably in the end, even though this is a long podcast, I'll probably in the end put some video of the past couple months since my last podcast. I had a really wonderful fall and autumn season, even though I was busy as heck with school. I made time for getting outside and experiencing the season, the changing of the seasons, and I would love to share a little bit of that with you in this next coming little video segment. So thank you again. Happy holidays, everybody. Have a great New Year celebration, whatever you celebrate. I hope it's warm and cozy and you get to be with your loved ones. And that's it. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you again. See ya.